What's up, beautiful people? I've been away for a few days, but I have something exciting to go in depth about, and that is analyzing marketing outcomes. So, after you do some marketing and you are accurately tracking things and you are writing your analytics in terms of being able to write cost of acquisition, lifetime value, and things of that nature, then hopefully you have something to work with at this point. And let's get into it. So, what we're looking at is the same image from here, which is on day 3 when we talk about cost of acquisition, lifetime value, lifetime gross profit, all these sorts of things. But we're going to look more on the marketing side now and trying to analyze how to make better marketing so we can increase, or I guess we should decrease cost of acquisition and increase profit margins and increase how often people are coming back and how often we convert people and what the conversion rate from the marketing is to sale of a service or a product. So there is a few different processes that we're going to write out here. One of them is just simply intent level. We've talked about that before, but I'm going to go a little more in depth here because intent is extremely important for this. So I'm going to list them out and then we'll chat about them. Okay, so we have most aware, which is basically just the customer knows your product. They know exactly what it does. They're ready to buy as long as you provide a clear offer or incentive. So intent is the highest. Someone that knows. So someone that knows everything about you. That knows everything about. And I'm not going to write this out anymore because I think I'm going to create an infographic on it in a day or two. So you have all of them in a lot cleaner of a way instead of me just chicken scratching it everywhere and you're not really being able to read it. So most aware is the creme de la creme. It is the best. It is what you want for everyone because they're all going to buy your thing because they are just the most aware of it. So then you have product aware. So the customer knows your product exists but not sure if it's right for you. So the intent is still high. So yeah, they know the product exists. They don't know if it's exactly right for them. They might need extra detail or extra education in terms of what it is and how it can really be useful to them. And then the second, or I should say the third is solution aware. So that's the customer knows the result they want, but they may not know how to achieve it. So for example, it might be there is just a lagging issue in their knee, and their knee is driving them nuts. They don't know, they put a copper sleeve on it, like those things to help, like an elbow brace, but like a knee brace. They put a knee brace on it. They put all these different products on it, trying to achieve a solution, and they're not achieving it. They don't know how to make that work. So in that scenario, they are solution aware because they want knee pain to stop, but they don't know how to get knee pain to stop. So they're looking for solutions. They're looking at different providers. They're looking at different companies to try and make this solution for them. And then we have problem aware, which is they are aware they have a problem. Okay. So I thought I explained them backwards, but problem aware is actually a level under in terms of intent. So this intent would be medium, and then this intent would be a bit lower. The reason why is because the solution aware person knows the result they want, but may not know your product provides it. And the problem aware person is aware they have a problem, but doesn't know that there's a solution. So you have to be a lot more informative and educational for the problem aware person compared to the solution aware. So there is a different level of awareness in terms of knowing what they're looking for. And then you have completely unaware, lowest. And this is someone that is just completely cold. They don't know that they have a problem. They don't know that there's a solution for it. They don't know they don't know anything. So it's up to you to educate them and show them what the problem may be, and then also what the solution is for that. And if there's multiple solutions, there's multiple solutions, but you guide them through that. So those are the 5 levels of awareness. And you have to, as a marketer, figure out who of these awareness levels you're trying to target and then build an ad around it. Because you're not going to have the most aware person on the same ad as a completely unaware person, because your terminology is going to change. The way you actually address the scenario will change entirely, because the person that's most aware, you can throw in words that they'll understand because they've done research on something that someone that is completely unaware will not do. For example, because it's very accurate. So I always look at gym equipment. I love looking at gym equipment because, just quite simply, it's what I enjoy looking at. I want to build a home gym one day as a goal. So I understand that there is centric phases of a lift. So when you are pushing upwards versus a concentric where you're pushing downwards. So for example, if you're doing bench press, if you're on a bench, you're laying flat. If you push upwards, that is not the eccentric. Eccentric is downwards. So if the weight is falling onto you. So if I'm looking at equipment and the equipment is saying, this is the best eccentric you're going to feel for this piece of equipment, then I'm thinking, oh, I know exactly what that means. But for someone that's never stepped in a gym, they're completely unaware. They don't understand. If they're just trying to buy a Bowflex, they're not trying to buy a specific machine that, I might have 10 or 15 of them in my home gym because I understand which one does what. Whereas someone with a Bowflex just knows it gives them a workout. So the way you go about it is different. The way you create the ad is different. The way you create the marketing, everything about it is different. So that is the creation step. So I guess I should write that down somewhere, huh? Creation step. Creation step. Who are you targeting? Also, I think it's eccentric and decentric, not the other word that I said. I was just going on a rant. So who are you targeting? And after that, you have to figure out not even just the level of awareness that they're at, because that's the first part, is figuring out what level. But the next part would be how you're trying to basically inform them. So there's different ways to inform someone of something. It can be from a logical standpoint, or it can be from an emotional standpoint. So your ethos, your pathos, all these types of dynamics, we can call it, because it's definitely a scale in terms of how much you want to put. For example, a smoking one would be basically the person with the thing at their throat here. A pathos, that's extremely emotional. It's like, oh God, I do not want to be like that one day if I keep doing this. That's completely pathos, and also a little bit of logical too, because if I keep doing this, that will equal me. But it's mostly the emotional side, because you get to see the worst case scenario that basically comes up aside from death. But so you have to figure out, let me write it here. Pathos approach or ethos, which I think is logic. I'm going to write in underneath logic, logical, or emotional. And then from there, I think that's when it starts getting a little more industry specific in terms of how you want to approach it. But these would be probably the 2 biggest steps. It's the awareness levels. I should probably zoom that out a bit. Awareness levels plus emotion. And I'll probably dive into this later at a later date. This is just what I want to rant about right now. So if you did enjoy it, please give me a little thumbs up on the LinkedIn or Twitter algorithm, depends on where you're looking. And if you want to ask me a specific question, or if you want me to make a video about something, please DM me about it. Awesome. Thank you.